Hello world, Frida Reba Darcy and Patricia O'Connor here today on the Bonsai Balcony. Ooh, look at that. Look at those colors, look at that sky, look at those silver rings around those clouds. That's all so very dramatic looking. And but that blue, golly, how lucky are we? Today on the Bonsai Balcony, we get all these cool colors to look at, and it's nothing for us to do but a few little updates. One, I update you on these guys. They're starting to show us some nice fall colors. I'm starting to see some nice reds and some yellows, and then we're still fluffing off into the green there. But I love what I'm starting to see here. This year is so far, I'm not disappointed. Also, while we're kind of catching up on stuff, the Ponderosa, we had entered into a rain system that had me shuffling this guy. Nothing else got shuffled. The rains were heavy rains for a couple of days. No big deal. Off and on heavy rains for a couple of days. So before that happened, about 3 days before that happened, seeing that was probably going to be the case, when this got dry, I watered it, securing the knowledge that I had 2 or 3 days for it to dry out. The humidity was such going up into that it only just dried out by the time the rains came. So then it was thoroughly watered, almost dried out, and then got thoroughly watered again. And then it didn't get a chance to dry out with a second band of showers coming. That's the point in which I chickened out. And I did see, if I had a greenhouse, that would have been the point in which I would have chickened out and brought the tree into the greenhouse. We don't have a greenhouse. Our version of a greenhouse, this area right here. That's what that table's doing there. Right there where Frida is. This is inside our patio door. There's no air conditioning. There's lipstick on your head, young lady. There's no air conditioning in this apartment to dry out a tree. When this door is open, the area where that young lady is standing now is the same humidity, the same atmosphere. If the door's open, I'm saying, is exactly the same atmosphere as it is right there, except nothing gets rained on typically, unless there's really high winds just blowing water in. Nothing gets rained on actually past the cypress trees. When it's raining really heavy and kind of coming in maybe just a little bit this way, I'll see half the pot watered, but not our side. So literally I would have to water one side. I still will have to water the oaks and the maples there. I still have to water the pines. Not so much these maples, but this one. So with that other band of showers coming in, I pulled this guy off, and that meant that the drying process that it had already started for a day or two got to continue. Good. But here's what. When I had said just a little while back, the color on this tree is as good as I've ever seen it. So I must be getting kind of strong too, because I just snatched this puppy up like it was nothing. And when I brought it and put it on my table and I saw the other side of this tree, I was like, holy, hello there, Mr. Crow. Hello there, Mr. Crow, you sure are a pretty bird. You're a pretty bird. On our side, we see all this green and new growth, and our scion there is in its little prominent place. It's probably going to be our apex someday. It's looking good. Everything's looking good. But whenever I brought this tree in and I put it there and I was able to see the other side of the tree head on, I saw a completely different picture. I saw a really burned up tree. That heat spell that we had in early October rather than late October was really starting to show its hand, compounded by the fact that we had changed the angle on all of these branches. whenever we did the scions, whenever I had this tree grafted, all the wires got cut loose. And so those Ponderosa branches went from here and their positive accents cut loose, and now they're all doing this in the sun. So when a branch that was doing this then does this, parts of it that are now exposed to the sun that weren't before, and they're going to burn. So I was told to expect that. However, there was quite a bit of that. All of these so a couple of things. One, it might be a tactic. Part of the reason we cut loose all the there was my light. Part of the reason why we cut loose, or why the wires were cut loose whenever we did the scions, is to redirect the energy and to let those scions, multiple scions, be the apical part of the tree. That was just a little hedge to keep them going, and to maybe knock down some of the energy away from the more dominant parts of the tree. However, we only had one scion take, and this is going to go into a little bit longer process that I'm really cool with. And all of these branches hanging down the way they are, it's just causing so much sunburn. The tree still looks absolutely fantastic from this side, but when I look around on the other side, there's a lot of yellowing, a lot of red, and a lot of burn. A lot of everything that's exposed on that side is shockingly yellow and red from burn. So yeah, here's what I've done about that. I've given in. I said, Uncle, and I added a wire here and tipped this up. Could do the same. I could do the same to this, but it might be okay. It's already kind of, and I added a wire to this and tipped it up. When I added a wire to this and tipped it up, I heard a crack. So we'll see. I didn't see one, but I heard one. So we'll see what happens there. And the other thing I did is pull the tree back into its alcove. I fudge back and forth to trying to give it the maximum amount of sun exposure, when this is probably enough, but this also shelters it out of the wind. And this also, the sun sets just over there, just past the edge. There's some light that comes in and it'll probably still hit. There's some sundown light that'll probably come down and still hit those outer fronds. And for what I'm hearing, and I'm hearing for other people's gardens on the left coast, that our sundowns are burning more than they used to. Our sundown most western light is a little hotter than in past, and people are talking about having to have more shade protection. So I pulled the tree back using this as, I don't have shade protection here. I could probably put some sort of rig and a drop cloth here, but I think that the tree, whenever I've worried about that before, I just pulled the tree back, and yeah, I keep working it forward because I see it. Sometimes I'll notice that whenever I do that, it gets out of the sunlight sooner, and sometimes I feel like wanting to push it out a little closer to get a little bit more light, but I think I should probably try to stay with this. And the other thing is I did tip up those branches. So just trying to throw a little bit more energy back into the tree, more than what I've been socking out lately. What I consider this is to be pretty much its rest time. I want to put more scions on the tree and more grafts and get those going. But win, lose, or draw, I want to take a year or so, whatever it is, to make sure that this tree gets the root base that we have going, and it can take up and it's still taking up water fine. Whenever I was concerned about it not taking up water fine, it's because, one, the tree has a metabolism that's just naturally slowpoke. It's just naturally slow to move water. Two, this is the time of year where the root base might be frozen. It's probably more easily find it easy to deal with the frozen root base than it is a wet root base. So this weeks of watering and then having the rains come in and stuff, I feel like I have to watch that. And I feel like my bringing into the greenhouse approach would be the way I would do that. And like I said, my greenhouse is this area here. I don't really see that as bringing it inside the house. That's what I was alluding to by the no AC. Whenever I have the door open, the atmosphere is the same. It's just not as subject to as much water. If I close the door and so much as turn on the heater in the bathroom, for instance, not like I'm blasting anything by any means, but that would start a process by which the air in the apartment would start to dry out faster. Not faster, but the air in the apartment would begin to dry out as in contrast to the air outside. So that might be a way to help it, pick back up and evacuate water, but that wouldn't be at all the same as I put the tree next to a heater or something as crazy as that. I might try to change the humidity in the room that it's in so that its needles will pass water more quickly. I don't, that's just kind of the idea there. So otherwise, a lot of these guys are looking really nice. I'm really enjoying the green colors that we're still having. The fertilizer that we put down is starting to, keeping our trees green and nice looking. I haven't watered today, nor do I need to, because we have these little pop-up showers coming in and out. Only this morning that I moved the tree back out here. Only this afternoon. This morning is when I elevated those branches. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there now that our lights have gone off. Boom. How do you like that? This is the beginning of some pretty nice looking, pretty nice fall colors. I'm enjoying these. It's not the deep red that we're used to. A cold snap and we would be right there. But these are our pride and joys. And yeah, it's been my honor to grow these bald cypress trees. I've really enjoyed them. Looking back at the photos that I've taken, and 2020, I got the main tree and the other ones around my birthday in 2020. So I had forgotten that these were a birthday project from moi. And I don't know when your birthday is. We just try to celebrate your birthday as often as we can. It's good to be you. So yeah, our little Japanese black pines they're looking fabulous, as they should, as one of Patricia's black pines should be looking green and healthy and fabulous. I don't know why this maple is always, it's wind, Pat, that's what's doing that. I keep finding this branch down there in the other maples. And this guy looks like it's still doing good. We are November, about to go into the weekend. It's the 20-somethingth. And we're just now starting to see some, some lighter yellow. I mean, some light yellow and some, but we're still photosynthesizing like mad on my trident maple. I appreciate you. Pretty appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And our next drop will be, this is just our little small drop. Our next drop will be Saturday. We'll do a Saturday and Sunday drop. Our oaks are looking good. And man, I just can't get enough. The depth of these colors, it's just so, I love that so much. And against that substrate too. All right, short show. Thank you all so much for watching. Kind of dip down we go.